You were in the Bobcat.
as the passenger.
And then what happened?
He got it stuck into the swamp out there.
And then what happened?
We tried to go back and get some plywood and some shovels to dig it out to get it unstuck.
Did you both go together?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Sanker, put your paper down. Mr. Sanker went with you to get the plywood ropes.
That day, yes, Your Honor.
That day. And were you successful in getting the truck back?
No, Your Honor.
So what did you do?
I called Mr. Wolf later.
Well, then you went back to...
Yes, I went back.
To the place of business.
Yes.
About what time was it that you got back to the place of business?
I would say it's after 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
So you both walked back to wherever you had to walk, because
Yes,
that
Your
was the
Honor.
only way to get there. So all this happened, and you were back in Mr. Wolf's store by between 1 and 2 o'clock.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, then you called Mr. Wolf. And when you called Mr. Wolf, what did you tell him?
I told him that Mike was driving it out there and got it stuck.
Did you tell him that you were with him?
Yes, I did.
And what did he say to you?
He said we needed to get it out ASAP.
And then what happened?
I went back the next following 3 or 4 days trying to get it unstuck. I got my vehicle stuck out there trying to get it out. I asked for the assistance of Mr. Sinker.
Just a second.
Okay.
You tried to get it unstuck
Yes,
because
Your
your
Honor.
boss told you to get it unstuck.
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you reporting to Mr. Wolf every day that you couldn't get it out? Or
Not-
did he check in with you?
Yeah, probably every other day. He was gone for about a week.
So he would check in with you every other day
Yes,
and
Your
say,
Honor.
did you get it out?
Yes,
And you told him no.
you're correct.
Did he give you any other instruction?
No, did I need to get it out? Whatever I had to do.
Did you call a tow truck?
A situation like that, a tow truck would not have been able to get it out. It was about 800.
Well, who ultimately got it out?
It was through the effort of Mr. Wolf, Mr. Sinker's father, and about 3 other people. We had to get about 1,000 foot of rope to tie onto it.
So when Mr. Wolf came back, he went out to see where the Bobcat was.
Correct.
And then he got a lot of other people.
Correct, Your Honor.
How many other people?
It was I, Mr. Wolf, Mr. Sinker's father, a guy named Davies, and Adam that works for Mike Sinker's dad.
And what about Mr. Sinker? Did he go with you?
No, ma'am.
So there were 6 people who went out with rope, and ultimately, with those 6 people, none of whom was the defendant, you managed to get it out.
Correct.
And by that time, it had been in the mud for a while. And you, Mr. Wolf, think that the defendant is totally responsible for this?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Good. Okay, you can sit down now. You weren't there. I got exactly what happened from the perspective of your witness. Now I'm going to hear Mr. Sinker. Go.
All right, so we had left the bait shop to do the transport. I had driven from the bait shop to Gordon Wolf's property. We had unloaded the life jackets. We had to drive on a public road, so I assume that's why I was driving.
Why?
I don't know how highway legal the vehicle is or public road legal the vehicle is, but we did have to go on public road with it.
Is it able to be driven on public road?
Yes, it can.
Go ahead.
Okay, so assuming that was legal, yes. We, at that point, we had unloaded the Bobcat, gotten the life jackets out, put it in the cargo container. And he had earlier mentioned before we had left the bait shop that he wanted to take a little joyride. And I had said, you know, I had my bait shop open at the time, so I locked my doors and we had taken our little joyride. He was behind the wheel at that point. And we had
So he
gotten
was driving.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
So at that point, it probably only took 1 or 2 minutes of driving for us to get it stuck. We were not driving it for very long. It was probably 100 yards, 150 yards into a designated trail, actually, with tire tracks. And we were stuck probably, like I said, within 20 to 30 seconds of driving it.
And then what happened?
And then we proceeded to try to get it out. Obviously, like you said, we tried to dig it out. We tried to use 2x4s to put underneath the tires. We were unsuccessful. I had to get back to work, so I went back to my shop, opened up my doors, and went on with the day pretty much. Later on, I think in the week, another day or two, I had asked him if he had made any progress on it or if I could help, because I was leaving town within a day or two there, and it was getting down to crunch time where we had to get it done. Otherwise, he's going to be on his own. And I was willing to help because I was with him. So I wanted to help, you know, I wanted to be a part of it, but I ended up leaving before it had gotten unstuck.
situated between the World Heritage Site of the Pittons, located near the tranquil fishing village of South Riere on the coveted west coast of St. Lucia in the Caribbean. Constructed on the edge of a hillside bordering a forest reserve, this 6-bedroom, 6-bathroom oasis is situated in a very small, selective area that affords guests panoramic views of the Caribbean Sea and stunning sunsets that are only available to the villa and neighboring properties. Sitting in its stunning surround of manicured gardens and flawlessly designed by a skilled architect, the 2-story villa has an excessive amount of charm. Using a blend of wooden shingles, yellow hued stucco, natural stone, and gingerbread-like accents, it provides you with a stunning range of beautiful indoor and outdoor spaces. The expansive and elegant villa features a classic, Messel-inspired Caribbean design brought to a contemporary finish, laid out in linked pavilions connected by arched verandas with beautiful ocean vistas and thoroughly chic interiors. Featuring over 5,000 square feet of living space, marble bathrooms, a private bar, and a spectacular infinity-edge swimming pool with a stone cave and waterfall feature, this chic yet serene villa is tropical luxury redefined. The 6 bedrooms of the villa are masterpieces of private comfort and luxury. The pool area is a major focal point thanks to its 2-story gazebo that connects to the property via 2 utterly charming bridges. The L-shaped infinity edge pool is framed in stone and gardens with a sun deck along one edge. It wraps the property and features a waterfall along with a shady natural stone grotto.